Let's face it, a hot, bubbling dish is just more appealing than a cold plate. The sight of steam rising, the sound of a sizzle, and the aroma wafting through the air can make our mouths water instantly. But why? Is it just visual appeal? Or is there something more at play? Why do we instinctively reach for that hot bowl of soup on a chilly day? Or crave a steaming cup of coffee in the morning? As it turns out, there's a whole lot of science behind why hot food tends to tantalize our taste buds more than its cold counterparts. Our taste buds are more sensitive to flavors when food is warm, enhancing the overall eating experience. Heating food isn't just about reaching a safe temperature, it's about unlocking a symphony of flavors and aromas. The heat causes chemical reactions that release volatile compounds, which are responsible for the rich and complex flavors we love. From the sizzle of garlic and olive oil to the comforting aroma of freshly baked bread, these sensory experiences are heightened by heat. The Maillard reaction, for instance, is a chemical reaction between amino acids and reducing sugars that gives browned food its distinctive flavor. Heat transforms ingredients into something truly special. Raw ingredients undergo a metamorphosis, developing new textures and flavors that are often more palatable and enjoyable. So let's turn up the heat and explore the fascinating world of taste and temperature. Whether it's a sizzling stir-fry, a bubbling stew, or a freshly baked loaf of bread, hot food has a unique way of bringing comfort and joy to our meals. Dive into the science, savor the flavors, and appreciate the magic that heat brings to our culinary experiences. Our tongues are home to thousands of taste receptors called taste buds. These tiny sensors are responsible for detecting 5 basic tastes: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami, which is savory. When we eat, molecules from our food interact with these taste buds, sending signals to our brains that translate into flavor. But temperature plays a crucial role in this process. Heat makes molecules move faster, increasing their volatility. This means that hot food releases more aroma molecules into the air, which reach our noses and further enhance our perception of flavor. In essence, heat turns up the volume on the taste and smell experience. Think about the difference between a cold stick of butter, hard and unyielding, straight from the fridge. Now, imagine a pat of melted butter on warm toast, glistening and inviting. The melted butter releases its buttery aroma more readily, coating our mouths with a richer, more intense flavor. The warmth transforms the butter, making it more aromatic and flavorful. This is because heat breaks down fats and oils, making them more fluid and allowing their flavor molecules to disperse more easily. When fats melt, they become more volatile, releasing their aromas into the air and enhancing the overall sensory experience. Heat also triggers chemical reactions in food, like the Maillard reaction, which is essential for developing complex flavors. This reaction occurs when sugars and amino acids in food are heated, creating hundreds of new flavor compounds. These compounds contribute to the rich, savory, and sometimes sweet flavors that we associate with well-cooked food. Think of the delicious crust on a seared steak, which is not just visually appealing but also packed with flavor, or the nutty aroma of toasted bread. Those are all thanks to the Maillard reaction. This reaction is what gives brown foods their distinctive and mouth-watering flavors. Caramelization, another heat-driven process, occurs when sugars in food are heated, leading to a deep, sweet flavor. Think of the transformation of onions as they turn golden brown and sweet in a hot pan. Roasting vegetables brings out their natural sweetness and intensifies their flavors, making them more delicious and satisfying. Heat also helps to release the essential oils and spices, making them more fragrant and flavorful. When spices are toasted or cooked in hot oil, their flavors bloom and become more pronounced. In essence, heat is a powerful tool in the kitchen, transforming ingredients and elevating their flavors to new heights. Whether it's melting butter, searing meat, or caramelizing vegetables, heat turns up the volume on flavor, making our food more enjoyable and satisfying. The temperature at which we cook or heat our food can drastically alter its taste. Take vegetables, for example. Steaming or stir-frying vegetables helps them retain their vibrant colors and crisp textures, while also concentrating their natural sweetness. Overcooking, on the other hand, can lead to mushy textures and bland flavors. Meat, too, benefits from proper cooking temperatures. A perfectly seared steak will have a crispy, flavorful crust and a juicy, tender interior, while an overcooked steak will be dry and tough. Section 5. Pizza, a toasty testament to temperature. Few dishes exemplify the transformative power of heat better than pizza. The dough, a blank canvas of flavor, transforms into a crisp, chewy base in the intense heat of the oven. The tomato sauce, simmered to perfection, develops a rich, concentrated flavor. And the cheese, oh, the glorious melted cheese. As the cheese melts, its fats break down, releasing their savory goodness and creating that irresistible, gooey texture. Every element of pizza, from the crust to the toppings, benefits from the magic of heat. Section 6. Chocolate, a meltdown of deliciousness. Let's not forget about dessert. Chocolate, in its solid state, is delicious. But melt it down, and it reaches a whole new level of indulgence. The heat unlocks the complex aromas and flavors of the cocoa butter, creating a smooth, velvety texture that melts in your mouth. Whether it's a warm chocolate chip cookie fresh from the oven or a decadent chocolate fondue, melted chocolate is a testament to the power of heat in enhancing sweetness and creating a more pleasurable sensory experience. Section 7. Don't be afraid to experiment. The world of culinary exploration is your oyster. Don't be afraid to experiment with different cooking methods and temperatures to see how they affect the taste of your favorite foods. Try roasting vegetables instead of boiling them, or sear your meat before slow cooking it for maximum flavor. Pay attention to how different temperatures alter the texture, aroma, and overall taste of your dishes. You might be surprised by the delicious discoveries you make along the way. Section 8. The comfort factor more than meets the mouth. Beyond the science of taste and aroma, there's an undeniable emotional component to our enjoyment of hot food. A warm bowl of soup on a chilly day, a steaming mug of hot chocolate after playing in the snow. These are experiences that evoke feelings of comfort, satisfaction, and well-being. This psychological connection between hot food and comfort is deeply ingrained in our psyche, stemming from our earliest experiences with warmth and nourishment. Section 9. A world of culinary adventures awaits. From the spicy curries of India to the hearty stews of Europe, cultures around the world have embraced the art of cooking with heat. Exploring different cuisines is an opportunity to expand your palate and discover new flavor combinations that you never knew existed. So grab your apron, fire up the stove, and embark on a culinary adventure. Section 10. Food for thought, hot or not. While this exploration has highlighted the many reasons why hot food often reigns supreme in the flavor department, it's important to acknowledge that taste is subjective. There are exceptions to every rule, and some dishes are equally delicious, if not better, when served cold. Sushi, for example, with its delicate flavors and refreshing coolness, is a prime example of a dish that's best enjoyed chilled. Salads, gazpacho, and certain desserts also shine in their cold glory. Section 11. The final bite, savoring the moment. This chapter is all about embracing the full experience of dining, from the first bite to the last. Ultimately, the enjoyment of food is a multifaceted experience that goes beyond just taste. It's a symphony of senses that includes the sight of beautifully plated dishes, the sound of laughter and conversation, and the feel of textures as you take each bite. It's about the aromas, textures, colors, and even the company we keep while we eat. The vibrant colors of fresh vegetables, the rich aroma of spices, and the comforting texture of a well-cooked meal all contribute to the overall experience. Whether you prefer your food piping hot or refreshingly cold, each temperature brings out different flavors and sensations. A hot dish can be comforting and hearty, while a cold dessert can be refreshing and invigorating. The most important thing is to savor every bite and appreciate the culinary artistry that goes into creating a delicious meal. Each ingredient is chosen with care, each technique perfected over time, all to bring you a moment of joy on your plate. So, the next time you sit down to a meal, take a moment to appreciate the role that temperature plays in shaping your sensory experience. Notice how a hot soup warms you from the inside out, or how a cold salad can be crisp and refreshing. Take a moment to breathe in the aromas, to feel the textures, and to see the vibrant colors. These elements all come together to create a memorable dining experience. From the sizzle of the pan to the warmth of the bowl in your hands, every detail matters. The sound of food cooking can be as satisfying as the taste itself, signaling the deliciousness to come. It's all part of the delicious journey. So, gather your loved ones, set the table, and take the time to truly savor the moment. Each meal is an opportunity to create lasting memories and to celebrate the art of food.